Hello guys, and welcome back to another For Honor Heroes build video. Today's hero is the Centurion, and the mode we're focused around is Breach Defense. So let's go ahead and get into the 3 perk selection, as always. Now the first out of the 3 perks that you can choose, I go with Devour. And the reason why I go with this is because we are defending, and depleting that attacking team's respawn count is very important. On top of that, you need to execute so they cannot get revived, which guarantees a depletion of that count. Being able to gain an additional 15% health from the regular amount of health that you would get from the execution allows you to thrive more longer in the battlefield than having to retreat to the heal zone, hopefully it's you on your team and being able to recover health. This is better than Early Reaper and Galestorm because Galestorm is a 10-second boost to a 20% movement for only 10 seconds, which allows you to get around the battlefield faster. But if you're executing, while you're executing, the perk starts to activate, and by the time you're actually moving around, you got about like 7 seconds left to move that fast. It is good if you're trying to hurry up and kill players and get back to the hero pad point, but other than that, I feel like Devour is a better way to go. Early Reaper allows you to get your first damage 30% more. Now this only applies to your first attack when you've been respawned or you've been revived, which means once you use that hit, that kick, punch, or whatever you do, even if it's blocked, they're going to take 30% more block damage than they normally do from your regular damage, which is going to after that, the perk is useless. The rest of the match, it doesn't matter. So if you stay alive the whole match and you don't die, you literally just use the perk for no reason, and that perk, you only have 2 perks mainly now. So that's the reason why I don't like that Early Reaper perk in my opinion. Second perk we go with is Endurance. Now this allows you to gain 3% stamina cost upon a renown level for a maximum of 4 and a total of 12% stamina cost reduction. Now a renown level, in case you guys don't know this, no offense if you do, I'm just explaining it for those who probably do not understand. Renown levels are your feats or your skills. Now it's a Centurion. His second feat or skill allows him, or renown level allows him to gain damage on punch, stalls, and kicks, which is the Haymaker feat, I believe it's called. That feat is your second slot. That is your renown level 2 slot. So if you unlock the additional feat after that, his third skill or third feat, that's renown level 3. So every renown level you have, you gain a 3% stamina cost. So if you're at Haymaker, you got 6% stamina cost to all your stamina costing moves and or feints. Once you get to renown level 4, when you have all your skills or all your feats, you have 12%. Now going on to the last and final perk that I choose is Headhunter. I choose that over Survival Instincts and Crush Them because, again, Survival Instincts and Crush Them relies you to be in a certain status or a certain time to use the perk, and it's most of the time not always going to be activated like the other perks that we choose here. Survival Instincts requires you to be in critical health, which is when your life bar is flashing red and black, to gain a 25% stamina cost reduction. Now you have about half of that with 12% stamina cost reduction, and that doesn't require you to be in critical health. You have that at full health, moderate health, you have that the entire time. It does not need anything else to activate it besides you unlocking your feats, your skills. Crush Them is like Early Reaper, but instead it's after you kill a player, your next attacks deal 30% more damage. Now it doesn't have to be a player, it could be a bot, it could be a sergeant, an officer, a captain. Your next attack will deal 30% more damage. Now again, 30% more damage to like a 15 hit is only going to make it an 18 hit. So it's only going to add 3 more damage to your 15 attack, which in my opinion is not significant enough to choose over other perks. Again, it requires you to do something in order for this perk to activate. So you have to literally kill a player. And if there's no other players around, and let's say you didn't think you were going to land that hit on a player, and you swing again and you hit a minion, there goes your 30% damage away, etc. If somebody blocks the next person you try to hit that's ganking you, 30% damage away on that block attack. Headhunter goes well with Devour because you're seeking to execute players not only to deplete the response but to also gain more max health to your life bar. So having Endurance, Devour, and Headhunter makes you more beastie than you would with any of the other perks here that you have available to you as a Centurion. In my opinion, this is the best way to go for Breach Defense. Now we're going on to the Feats. Now the Feats First slot I go with is body count. I choose that over bounty hunter and rush. Reason why that is like I explained on the warden build. When it comes to breach defense, I don't think a lot of people know that, but when you stay with your minions and you have a character like the Centurion or warden who are good at destroying minions and getting the health and stamina feat from them, as well as inspire, use this to your advantage to take on the ram. Your goal with this character is to sustain your position at the ram, preventing the ram from progressing further, and trying to destroy it as fast as you can with your minions with Expire. Also, having body count and second wind and other feats like Sword Banner allows you to stay alive and stay in that position longer, that making you improbable to move, so players have to really work hard to get you away from their ram. And if you don't have your teammates backing you up, it's even going to be harder for them to get you away from there. And you have all these feats that make them stronger, that allow you to live longer and let your team live longer. It's an awesome way to go. In my opinion, if that's not what you want to do, this build isn't for you, but this is an awesome build for this. If you want to win, you want to be about the objective, and you're trying to get breach done as fast as possible, use this build. Now again, body counts give you health and stamina for killing troops, which allows you to sustain your position at the ram. Bounty hunter is nice, but it requires you to kill a player. It is good in my opinion if you're an attacker, because you're getting health off an attack, and if you don't have to execute for the health. If you're getting ganked, it's really helpful because it keeps you alive longer. But for this mode and this build, we're going to go with body count for the reasons why I just explained. Now, rush is nice. It allows you to move to positions faster than you normally would without it. This is good, in my opinion, only for gaining the shield banner or trying to stop the enemy team from using the shield banner. It's not going to go as far as having the feat bounty count would for you in this mode. Now, moving on to Inspire. I choose that over Haymaker and Centurion's March. And the reason why I choose Inspire is because it allows yourself, your allies, and minions to deal more damage and also attack faster. It doesn't make you fight faster, but it will make the soldiers fight faster, which is a key feat or ability in this build, because you want to be at the ram with this build. I cannot stress this enough. Promise you, once you use the Centurion, and if you guys want to see this in action, feel free to subscribe, and at any time when I'm streaming For Honor or any other game, let me know you want me to stream For Honor. I will get to it, and when we stream For Honor, tell me to use one of these builds. I promise you I will show you how it's done. It is amazing. You get the troops, you go to the ram, you wipe out all the enemy troops. You're getting health while you're doing that. You're getting renown while you're doing that. You're getting stamina while you're doing that. And then once you wipe them out, you'll see that your troops are surrounding the enemy's ram. Once they do that, go in the center of them and activate Expire to where the radius is getting the most amount of troops of your team that you can, and you'll see that they're attacking the enemy's ram faster than normal, and that's literally going to take about a half a life bar from the freaking ram. This allows you to destroy the ram faster than you normally would without this build and setup. I choose that over Haymaker because, yes, your goal is to take out and deplete the enemy's respawn count, but in my opinion, Inspire is just gonna go further in this mode for you. Haymaker's fun, yes, it deals more damage it deals some damage when you punch, kick, and throw, but you don't need that with Centurion, especially when you have a team-based mode where players will reinforce you, where players will gank you. Which half the time you probably won't be able to get these in, because when you grab somebody, you kick somebody, you're getting hit by another player that you just didn't kick. Inspire allows you and your teammates to do more damage and your soldiers fight faster. Since you're sustaining in the area of the ram, this is going to be more beneficial to you than Haymaker will. Centurion's March gains unlimited stamina for a short period of time. Remember, you have endurance, so you already have something that's going to make your stamina cost less than it normally would be. This is only temporarily. It doesn't last long. It lasts as long as Inspire, and you can be having as much stamina as you want, but if you're finding a really good turtle player, it ain't gonna do nothing for you. Being able to land a hit to deal more damage and have your troops around you attack the enemy faster with you is gonna benefit you more in this mode. Second wind. Now I choose this over Pugio and Sharpened Blades for my third feat. The reason why that is again, we're trying to sustain our position at the ram and take it down as fast as possible. Allowing yourself to heal at that point on top of with bounty count, taking health from the minions, it prevents you from having to go back and forth from the ram and the heal point, back and forth, back and forth. This allows you to sustain healing abilities while at the gate and preventing the enemy's ram from progressing any further. I choose that over Pugio or Pugio, I don't know how to pronounce that, a projectile that deals low damage and traps the enemy. I have never been able to catch an enemy off guard with this. I will trap them, but by the time I get up to the player to do a hit or an attack, because they're usually a certain distance from me when I'm using this, they already out of it and I'm able to defend themselves. So I really have a hard time playing with this. I've got caught off guard with this once and the player did a catapult to me after, which is nice, but that's a one-time deal. Why are you going to replace second wind for a one-time deal type of skill? Sharper Blades, it allows you to take out the enemy teams. And if they're turtly or if they're blocking you or if you're getting ganked, you might not even be able to use it. It's hard to say, you know, like, it's a fun skill. It does come in handy sometimes, but in my opinion, when it comes to this breach mode defense build for the Centurion and what you're trying to do with it, second wind is going to benefit you more than any other feat in this section. Moving on to the fourth feat, we have Stalwart Banner, and I choose that over Phalanx and Catapult. And the reason why that is because this allows you to heal your commander, your allies, and yourself if you're in. You could use this before you get to the commander and use it for where you are on the ram and destroying the ram, and for your allies if you try to get the banner, etc. for your team. And then once you do get to commander, once you get to the second gate, if you don't have this feat already and it starts unlocking close to the end of the second gate, I suggest waiting to use this feat. That's how your commander takes damage. And every time you have the feat available, use it to heal your commander. It's going to let you be able to last longer, prolonging the battle and hopefully letting you win, and or prolonging the battle and allowing you to take on more allies and depleting their response, making it harder for them to take on your commander. Catapult, half the time it's a one-time deal. It takes a long time to cool down back to be able to use it again. They nerfed it. Players are able to not only see the radius and the icon where it's going to land, but they also hear it, and they also have about 5 to 7 seconds to move away from the radius. Now, since they did this nerf, this skill, in my opinion, has been rendered so useless. I really wish that Ubisoft will put it to where they can hear, the enemies can hear the catapult coming, but they can't see where it's going to land. That will make it more intense for a player to know, maybe should I stop ganking, or I don't need to worry, I don't see the freaking radius, I don't see the target landing on us, so I'm going to keep kicking this player. If they don't know it's coming, then this skill will be useful again. Your allies should be the only ones to see where it's going to land, because yes, it damages your allies still. But until then, in my opinion, Starlight Runner is still the best way to go, because it heals your commanders, your allies, and yourself. Phalanx is nice. It grants yourself a shield. It does not grant your commander a shield. That's the reason why I don't choose that over Stalwart Banner. It's only temporarily, so it doesn't stay on you until it depletes. It only stays on you until the Phalanx feat is active. Once it goes away, your shield's gone. Even if you didn't take damage, it is gone. So being able to recover your permanent health and also recover the commander's health, in my opinion, is the best way to go. That is it for the Centurion build. I am going to add some little I forgot what they're called, little cards in these videos so you guys can see gameplay of these builds in action, because I've been requested by my cousin to release some gameplay, but the videos are already long enough with me talking to you guys and explaining why I use feats, etc., that I didn't want to add more gameplay in it, making the videos longer and unappealing to people to watch. So I really hope you guys enjoy. If you want, subscribe, shout out me in my streams, and I will always use any build you want to see in action. I will show you how to use these builds that I have been put up. Again, I'm going to add cards as well in the middle of the video so you guys can click on them and see the builds in action. I really hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for your love, your support, and your feedback. I've been getting so happy with all the comments and the support I've gotten from you guys for the free honor builds. So again, thank you so much. I cannot stress that enough. This is May, and this month we have a giveaway for hitting 600 subs. Keep an eye out for that video. And until next time, guys, hopefully I catch you guys in my streams. I hope you subbed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.